Hey guys, this is Joel over at Import Sauce, importsauce.com. Today we wanted to do an overview of the Elevate Performance tune that they offer not only for the P1 Volvos, but many of the Volvos that you guys are driving. So stick around, we're going to talk about it. Okay guys, so we actually got this tune probably about 6 or 7 years ago, but if you've been following the channel, you know we were about to do the M66 swap on here, and if we are going to be able to retain our Elevate tune is still up in the air, we wanted to go ahead and do this review and this overview on this product in case we lost it, just so you would know what it's all about. So, when we ordered this, it was a couple years ago, we went in and we put in all of our specific mods, what we have, and within a couple of days, we had our handheld, which was shipped out. At that point, we opened it up. We have some pretty easy instructions, and we're going to show you the process here. And almost immediately, we plugged it in, and you could tell the difference right from the go. One of the limitations that we do have on the auto transmission, as you guys know, is there is a torque limiter which limits how much torque and then how much boost is actually being produced on these T5s in first and second gear. But when you hit third gear, you can feel this thing open up, and even responsiveness in first and second is noticeable. So what we're going to do, I've been used to this tune. I drive it every day for, like I said, 6 or 7 years since we got this. So we're going to have Derek, who's behind the camera, and you've seen him in some of our other videos. We're actually going to untune the car, take it back to factory, because I don't even remember what that feels like. He's going to drive the car untuned. We're going to go ahead and film it, see how he feels in the car, and then we're going to retune the Elevate tune back onto it, and then we'll get his response on what he feels. We'll check the boost gauges, and we're just going to report back. But to jump to the conclusion a little early, awesome tune, as mentioned. You can definitely feel it. Best bang for your buck. So stick around, and we're going to go ahead and show you the install process. It's actually going to be the uninstall process, because as mentioned, we're going to take it back to stock, and then we're also going to go ahead and retune it and go from there. Here we go. Okay guys, so here we are going to follow the quick start programming vehicle guide, but again, in this situation, we're actually taking the tune off, going back to stock. So I'll narrate what's on the screen, but it's actually exactly what's on the install instructions with the little screenshots on there. So step one, we're going to go ahead and plug this OBD2 in. It says that it should give us a program vehicle prompt, and it does say program vehicle question mark. Instructions say press enter, enter. It then instructs us to turn the ignition to position 2 on the screen, just like it does on the instructions. So we're going to go over to position 2. From that point, the handheld should say checking vehicle. We are in position 2. I'm going to let the handheld know. Enter, we are there. Checking vehicle, it is going in, hooking up to the computer, and probably just doing a quick diagnostic to let us know that we're going to be good to go. And it checked it, and now it says we need to select the file to be programmed. Press scroll to find the proper file. So it does show here we have a stock tune, and then we also have a tune. So let's scroll down. We have tune 1, which is stock, and then we have 2. So what we're going to do is go to stock tune, and it says verify by pressing enter. So let's go ahead and press enter. The prompt says, are you ready? Do you want to program? Program question mark. Instructions tell us to hit enter one more time. And now we have a programming ... and our spinny wheel. So while that's doing that, I'm going to take a look. The programming process is shown by the % complete along with the amount of time left for programming. So right now it's doing that. We're going to be waiting for our percentage to pop up. It's been so long since I did this. I don't remember that it took too long, but it probably did take a minute or two. So if it does, we will time lapse this for you. And if not, then you just stick right here. Oh, here we go. We have our percentage now, 0, 1, 2, 4, 5. Oh, and the time remaining, it does show 2 minutes 5 seconds, but maybe it's like a CD download or a RIP where it might just speed up there. So we'll see. Yeah, we're already at 15%. Okay, so I will continue reading the instructions while this is running. If any fault codes are logged during this programming, it's going to automatically clear them. So if something does pop up, we will see the screen will say cleared DTCs. And then lastly, what we're looking for is going to be a message on the handheld that says program success. At that point, we're instructed to turn off the ignition, press enter on this, and then remove the key, press enter, and we should be good. So let's pop back to the handheld. We're at 42%. 44, 45. 98, 99. Oh, and our car is firing back up. It is clearing DTCs. If I look, I do see some different DTCs in there. Brake this, SRS that. And so now we're going through that process. Driver door open. And we apologize in advance. It is trash day and it may get a little rowdy here. Oh, program success. So at this point, it tells us to turn off the ignition and then press any button. Enter, turn off ignition, enter, remove key, enter, and we're done. We're gonna unplug and then we're gonna go test this guy out. Okay guys, so you've seen Derek in a lot of our Subaru related videos with his 2020 STI. He is going to be the blind on this test here. So you've never driven a Volvo S40.
No.
And in our neck of the woods here in Southern California, we don't even really see them too much. So as you guys saw, we went to stock tune, and this guy's going to fire it up. I'm going to hop in the back seat, and we are going to drive a couple miles, and then we will retune, and I will be getting commentary from the back seat.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, you want to fire this bad boy up?
All right.
See if it blows up or not. Okay, here we go. Okay guys, so we fired it up. We are on our route. We have made it about 10 houses away. So what are you feeling up there?
It feels like a normal car to me. I mean, I feel like I'm in, you know, a normal car.
Like an untuned 98 Honda Accord?
Yeah, exactly. I feel like I am in the grocery getter and I'm not going to have any fun with this.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
What's our boost at? Barely peeking over. Like
it's at 0.
0. Awesome. Okay, so a couple streets from here, we're going to get over to... Oh, sorry for the bumps. We will try to apply an Adobe Warp stabilizer on this footage. But as mentioned, we're about 3 streets away from a pretty wide open shot. So we're going to open it up as long as we don't see any cops. And we're going to see what Derek thinks. And we're going to see what the boost levels are like. And we're going to be hanging out, reporting back on first gear, so kind of the launch. Second gear, how does it pull? And then third gear, we know, is when the torque limiter comes off of these vehicles. So we will see what the stock third gear is feeling like. Oh, so we'll report back and I'll see you. Okay guys, so we are coming up on our straightaway. We're not trying to set any track records because again, this is stock tune at this point. We just want to see, you know, what the impression is. And when we were offline, Derek brought up a good way to describe how the car's feeling. And what was that?
It's like driving your mother's Volvo.
Yeah. So we all know everybody pokes fun at the Volvos and jokes, but you know, I guess that's it. It played in. Okay. Well. let's go for it. No traffic coming that way, this way, and then just wide open throttle this stock too. Boost is looking about 8 pounds. That's second gear, and here's third. Looks like we're 8 pounds. Speedometer reading
95,
95,
100.
100. Okay.
Yeah, it was pretty uneventful.
Pretty uneventful. What would you think this is like when you borrowed your mom's car in high school and you tried to drag race it, but it was, 180 horses kind of thing?
Yeah, it was it's a flaccid feeling.
Yeah. I mean, the acceleration in the power band is pretty smooth, it feels like, from back here. That just may be, the Volvo and all of that. But we're pulling into our destination here. We are going to put the tune back on and report back. Okay, guys, so we are over at our destination where we are going to be doing a tune. And just to show you how easy the Elevate tune is, we're going to have Derek actually demo it this time because he's actually never done an Elevate tune or a Volvo tune for that matter. So I'm just going to spit off the instructions and we'll see how he does. Okay, first we're going to plug in OBD2 and we should get a prompt on there in a second that says program vehicle ?
And that's where we're at.
Okay, so now let's press the enter key to confirm. And now it should instruct you to turn the key to position 2, which we will do. And press enter on the handheld to let them know we are there. And now we should start seeing a checking vehicle prompt. Do we have that guy?
Yep.
Okay. And then next.
Vehicle ready, select file.
Okay, so scroll down and we're looking for tuned. And there it is. We have 2 files on there, stock and tuned.
Okay.
So once it says tuned, go ahead and press enter to select. And it will say ready, program, ? And we will enter to confirm. And now we have entered the programming screen, program ... spinny wheel. And again, at this point, we are going to start seeing the program progress by percentage and the countdown till done in terms of minutes and seconds. And as we saw on the Untune, it was about 2 minutes. So it will do its thing. We will time lapse this. It will clear any DTCs that are present after the tune. And we are shooting for a program success monitor. It looks like we're at 2%. So we will time lapse and catch up with you guys here in a few. Okay guys, so we're coming back and we are 99%, and now the clearing DTCs. We can see some activity in the cockpit and the gauge cluster, and the last thing we're waiting for is a program success, so let us know when you see that prompt up there. Still clearing codes?
Yeah, just clearing codes.
Just clearing any codes that presented themselves during the process. Okay.
It says progress success.
Program success? Okay, so let's press any button and turn off engine as our instruction. Turn off, remove, press enter, and remove key, enter. Okay, so just press enter and then we're done. And then we can unplug that guy. It took us right back to program vehicle, so we're done. Yeah, unplug that guy. And now we're going to go for a drive and get some more feedback. Okay guys, we are back and ready to roll. Fire up. I guess we'll hit Windows up so we don't have any road noise. Okay, and I guess we're ready. You guys will notice the view's a little different. I have a blown out seatbelt in the rear from putting an oversized child safety seat in, and I decided I wanted to be seat belted for this run. But so, what do you think about the programming process? It wasn't too bad.
No, that was pretty manageable.
How would that compare to the one that you did on the STI in terms of plugging and playing?
It's pretty straightforward. Yeah, it's pretty much the same.
Okay, good, good. And if you guys are hearing some squeaky suspension, that's my top hat, a bushing bearing, which was just replaced recently. So we're gonna have to check that out later. And we're gonna go back down the same strip that we did. I'm not gonna say the street name because I don't need any of you guys coming to my house and stealing my parts. Oh.
Dang.
Okay, so got a red. Cross traffic is gonna go, and that should leave us open. Okay. And I can't see the boost gauge as well from here, but we'll see. Okay, tuned, and we're going.
Oh, I can tell already.
Boost is, can't tell, about 4 with the second gear.
Yeah, 4 pounds, 5. Just jumped up to
Probably about
11.
14.
Yeah, now drop back down to 10.
Been working. Oh, and a red. You want to do a Geartronic to 3rd and a final little pull. Okay.
Now, that wasn't your mother's Volvo.
Okay, so as we're
Jesus, that felt decent.
yeah. So you definitely feel the difference on that guy then?
Yeah, definitely, dude. Definitely. Let's just never go back. Never go back to fucking stock.
Yeah, and here's one thing I just thought of now. Sorry guys, we should have plugged in our Palmer data log. We could have actually got some real numbers on that, but well, I mean, maybe we could go do that too. But either way, we're gonna get this rig back up, get it back up to the garage. Okay guys, popping back in. As we were driving, we did notice with the tune, we're getting more intake. So we're definitely sucking in more air. So audibly, there's a difference there that we know is the tune is feeding the engine that air that it needs. Okay guys, we are back from our test drive. We're just letting the engine cool down after those massive pulls we just did. But we thought of a good point as we were driving back, like, oh, we forgot to data log it. So right now, we're gonna go ahead and redo the whole thing. We're gonna data log it, and we are gonna throw some numbers up for you. Okay guys, so we are back in the office. We actually did go back and do some of that data logging for you. I am going to bring up those numbers and talk you through what we have. So using our dash command app, we went ahead and ran. We didn't have an ideal runway. You know, we're testing it out here on a closed course. But we were able to get all the way through 3rd gear on our limited runway. So what we're looking at here is on the left screen, we can just see we got up to 85 miles per hour there, and our power output 262 and our torque 259. That was our peak that we had during our our start through. Once it hit 4th gear, I let off and I was running out of runway anyways. And over on the right of the screen, we will see the tuned data output. So same thing, I did a pull all the way through. Once I hit 4th gear is when I kind of let off on that. We can see over there 288 on the horsepower, 285 on the torque. So the quick math on the horsepower, what is that, 26 horsepower difference there. And the torque, I didn't do the math, 285 and 259, 26 there. So if we go back and we look at the Elevate website, we do see that for our specific model here, the T5, that we are, Elevate's listing it as 39 horsepower. I do not think that we are not getting that full horsepower, even though our numbers are lower here. I think what happened is, the maximum output and gains that are being listed are going to be in the best conditions on a dyno. We're obviously road testing. The hill did have a bit of an incline on it. That factors in. And then also keep in mind that we are running currently the auto and the all-wheel drive. So anywhere between 10 and like 18% power loss just because of those two aspects as well. Also mentioned, we did not get through fourth gear. Typically the dyno readouts and the best outputs are going to be in usually fourth gear when you have a 1-to-1 ratio between the engine and the gearbox, the transmission there. Another thing to note is we're coming up on summer. Yesterday was 109, and today, I think we're peaking at like 102 on the temperature. So keep in mind that we're going to see some variations on that. So again, pointing out that they're definitely in not even the best conditions, we're still seeing quite a huge jump, a substantial jump. If you remember the video, Derek was driving, he could feel it. The boost, you could see that as we were narrating on the boost gauge output there. So I want you to keep those in mind. We brought these numbers up just to show, yes, there's a visual difference in the data. And I absolutely think that the Elevate claims on there are 100% true in terms of the gain. If we were to data log this on a flat surface on a road where we had a full runway, I think we would see more gains on that as well. So those are the numbers that we popped out there, and then back to the video. Again, if you like what we're doing, go ahead and subscribe, like, and follow us on all our socials at Import Sauce. See you next time.